have this thing under control. What can you guys tell us?
Well, it's going to be a continuing wet weather evening in southwest Florida, or I should say wet weather morning, as this rain is going to continue to move in associated with Tropical Storm Isaac. Want to show you some rainfall totals. These are Viper estimates of the rain. That's Collier County. I want to start in Charlotte, Lee, DeSoto County, where we've had over an inch of rain in the areas that you see shaded in green. A little less than that as you get to the Cape Hayes Peninsula, Venice with about a quarter to a half an inch of rain, according to the Viper estimate. Now, granted, I did this about an hour ago or so, but portions of the Cape, especially central and southern Cape Coral, anywhere from an inch to an inch and a half. My buddy Mike Meehan, Mike up late watching our coverage, he's in the Southwest Cape, 1.85 inches of rain for him. We had a report of 1.7 inches of rain in Naples at the La Playa Golf Course. I guess that's right off of Immokalee Road, I understand. There you see about an inch and a half of rain in Bonita Springs, about an inch and a half of rain right at the Sanibel Causeway. And I do want to address an email that came in. A lot of people watching our coverage overnight tonight as the weather continues to be wet. A group of younger people enjoying the broadcast, and, well, they're engaging in an activity where they have to hydrate every time we say the words feeder bands. So I just thought that was an interesting email. Thank you very much for watching and playing along with us this evening. It is going to be a good evening to just stay inside with your friends. Actually, a pretty good sleeping night because we don't have much thunder and lightning to talk about. It's just that the rain on the window pane might wake you up occasionally. Here's that rain moving into southwest Florida. Isaac is still a very healthy tropical storm. Michelle and I really thought that this might become a hurricane with the 11 o'clock advisory. That did not happen. It still has winds at 65 miles per hour, moving to the west-northwest at 14, likely to get stronger gradually over the next day or so, could become a Category 1 hurricane sometime tomorrow. But as far as southwest Florida goes, I think the official forecast track at this point and the intensity really isn't going to make that much of a difference. This is a very large system that's producing a lot of weather throughout the state of Florida. Even up in Jacksonville, they're seeing rain associated with Tropical Storm Isaac. A few lightning strikes on the East Coast, a few more in the Gulf of Mexico. Lightning not expected to be a major concern, but we could have a little bit. Here's Isaac in a nutshell. Tropical storm warning in effect for all of our counties. We have a flood watch in effect for Glades, Hendry, and Collier. Tornado watch was canceled, then they brought it back. It's in effect until 9 a.m. We don't expect to see widespread tornadoes, but we could have a couple. Tonight, through the morning, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Throughout the day Monday and even into Tuesday, another 1 to 2 inches of rain a possibility. Our high tides are what we're going to be watching tomorrow morning. 9:30 a.m. is the high tide at Punta Rassa. And then the high tide on Tuesday, the highest of the two, is going to be 11 o'clock. Those two high tides, thanks to an onshore wind which will develop and the rains that we're seeing, well, that's when we could have some coastal flooding. Areas that flooded during Debbie could have the same problem throughout the day Monday and into Tuesday. I think that's going to be the focal point of our coverage once the sun comes up tomorrow morning. Still more rain moving in. Here's Michelle Cunningham with a look at Storm Patrol Viper.
Now, I have to say, in regard to the people playing the game, when we say feeder bands, we have not told anyone to hunker down, not even once. So I think we're doing pretty good out here. We are looking at some rain, and Mike Mason, our reporter out at Tarpon Point Marina, has really been a good indication of what's going on. He's been wet, he's been dry, he's been wet, he's been dry, and that's the case right now. Lee County getting a little bit of a break in the action. Collier County, some spotty showers moving through. Glades and Hendry, it's a little bit in the middle for you, and then Charlotte County is going to be the wettest right now with another area of showers moving through. So again, what we're seeing is on and off rain, heavy at times, lighter at times, and then we are seeing some gusty winds. And as Jim mentioned, we do have a tornado watch. Conditions are favorable with any time you see this banding, and that's the dark red areas. That's very heavy rainfall, some very heavy downpours. So while the forecast for Isaac has been 2 to 4 inches of rain widespread across southwest Florida, we have seen areas in Punta Gorda 3.64 inches of rain. That was by about 11:15. They're still going to pick up some more rain. We've seen reports in Lehigh Acres of well over 3 inches of rain. So again, we could see pockets of rainfall, 5-6 inches of rain, and we're going to see a couple more inches tomorrow and even early Tuesday as the system continues to move toward the west and northwest away from us, but it's still going to continue to wrap around and kind of just bringing up a lot of tropical moisture as it comes that way. Not a very well-defined eye, a center of circulation, and again, the cloud cover so broad with this that it's a little bit disorganized. We thought it was going to intensify a little bit more at this point, but it just hasn't hasn't come together yet. We do expect some slow intensification over the next 12 to 24 hours, and we do believe that Tropical Storm Isaac will become Hurricane Isaac sometime later today. So the Hurricane Center going to continue to monitor that, but you can see just a lot of cloud cover associated with this system, but again, not very well organized. We don't see one of those nice eyes defined in this system. It is spread way out throughout the Gulf Coast, and we're going to continue to watch as all eyes now focus on Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, as that is the targeted landfall over the next couple of days. So we'll continue to watch that. Again, some of you getting a break in the action, but it's on and off again throughout the night. Lehigh Acres, LaBelle, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Estero, all quiet right now. This is that other band that came across Collier County a little bit earlier, the 10,000 Islands, Marco Island, Everglades City. This was fairly heavy, starting to break up a little bit as it continues to push toward the north. And again, Port Charlotte, a little bit of a break as you just got that heavy activity. And again, Punta Gorda reporting almost 4 inches of rain so far in some areas. We'll continue to watch. The latest track has us a little further toward the west, and that's going to continue a very, very uncertain landfall. So we do have a hurricane warning now in effect, and I believe the hurricane warning is actually not in the panhandle of Florida anymore, but goes from Alabama, Mississippi over to Louisiana. So they will continue to watch this. The good news, we don't expect this storm to pick up a lot of speed over the next few days, so those residents up there do have some time to get prepared. And you can see this is by 9 o'clock Wednesday morning, still a lot of tropical moisture in our area, so we're going to continue to see that. And our concern right now is over the next 12 hours or so, we're going to see those high tides come up, and we could see some low-level flooding, coastal flooding, particularly in those areas that you might have seen flooding with Tropical Storm Debbie. So we'll continue to watch that. We're going to send it back to the news desk now and get the latest from them.